Right. So the first thing that we would, date handling. That's what we're talking about today. Haven't finished with string handling the last couple of weeks. So yes, with date handling, like I said, we might not need a database for the first part of the lecture. But depending on what we're able to achieve today, we might require a database or something of that sort. Yeah, but it's pretty much straightforward, and it it should be very interactive. So I would like us all to get on board. If you would kindly, very kindly, open up your SQL, Microsoft SQL servers, and then let's just follow through as we go. I find it very interesting. I hope you do find it interesting too. But yes, you can give me feedback after we finish.
Sorry, how do I load up this?
Pardon?
How do I load up this page like this?
How do you
So I'm
hold on?
connected. Yeah,
Hold on.
but
Hold on. Wait 1 minute. Share your screen. Let me see.
again. Oh, what did I do? 1 second. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Yes, we can see your screen. So click on new query. No. New query
Oh yeah.
down.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Okay, you are not
Oh
yet
yeah.
connected. So
Cool.
first of all, no, connect. So you should have connected first.
No, I connected already, but
Connect database engine. Connect database. Yep, connect. And then now click on new query.
well,
Yep, that's the page.
okay. Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
Let me go back to sharing. So with date handling, there are five main date keywords. The first one is get date. The second one is date add. The third is date diff. The fourth is date part. And the last is date name. These are the five main things under date that we will be looking at. So when we finish looking at these, then we would see how these things can be related to other concepts within the SQL framework. Right, so let's look at the first one. Get date. Like I said, everybody just open your SQL server, and if you will type in this command for me, please. Select get date. And then open and close brackets. Run it and see what you get.
So quick one, yeah. So you've got the date handling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you type it in there, do you press enter for it to go to a new line?
Yep.
But do you have to put that, do you have to put them 3 lines on there as well?
You have to put the lines there. These are commenters. You comment, so what happens is that if I were to take these off, let me take one of them off. You see what has happened?
Yeah,
So this has become an active statement. But
yeah.
when I put this there, it becomes inactive. So when I run a query, nothing here would run except the active part. Do you
Yeah.
get that?
Yeah, but the other thing is that you've got 1 to 17. How do I get that up?
Hey, it doesn't matter. I
Okay.
can decide to close this space. Doesn't matter at all.
Okay. So but the lines and the one and the full stop and the get date add needs to be added on there, yeah?
How do you mean?
For example, like you've got the three dots and then
Mhm.
the date handling, then you
These
press
are these are actually not dots. They are hyphens.
hyphen, sorry, hyphens. And then enter, and then three hyphens, and then one dot get date, and then enter, two hyphens, two dot date add, like
So
that, yeah?
these number of hyphens doesn't matter. I can make it 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But just that order you want it in, yeah?
Yeah. So these are just to comment out statements that you don't want to run when you run your query. That
Okay.
is what these hyphens are for. Now, in some other languages, I'm not sure. Let me try this and see. I think this also works. No, this doesn't work for this. It doesn't work for that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, no, yeah, I got it. No worries. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I think this also works. This works. This works. This works. This works as well. Yep, this also works. So instead of that, I could also do that up to where I want. So these two, for example, will take care of everything within. You get it? So instead of putting the hyphens for each one, immediately when I put that, this is the start and then the end. So everything in between is commented out. Do you get?
Yeah, good, thank you.
You get. Okay. Alternatively, you can do this. Select what you want to comment out, and then come here. Now, so this is why I use this, because the default command in the system itself provides that. Do you get that? And if I want to uncomment, I click the next one, and it's uncomments. And if I want to comment, I click it again, and it comments it out. Are we making progress?
Yeah, oh good. Oh good.
Okay, so when somebody run this and tell us what you get.
Today's date.
Beautiful. Apart from that, you would see more details than that. What else do you see?
Yeah, like time. Yeah, timing.
Okay, it tells you the date. So 2024, the 12th, 13th of December 2024, and the time at this point is 9:20, 50 seconds, 507 milliseconds. So it gives you the date and the time up to milliseconds. That is what getDate does. So if you want the date any day at all, you've slept and you've forgotten the date of the day, just go into your laptop, type getDate, and it will tell you the date and the time that you run that particular query. If we are to run it again, you would see that this time would change. Let me run it again, and then you will see that the time will change. Now it is 9:21. Previously, it was 9:20. So anytime you run it, the time will change. It gives you the time to the millisecond. That is what getDate does. So this one, let me just put there. The getDate command gives us the date and time of the query at the time it is run up to milliseconds. It gives us up to date and time up to milliseconds. What's happened? Why is this coming up? Low on resources. What's happened? Okay, so let's make progress. The second thing that we get to look at is dates add. Now, like the name implies, date add is to add a date onto another date. Now, date add takes three arguments. Three arguments. And now, what are these arguments? You must have an interval. I would explain these. An interval, an increment, and an expression. Interval, increment, expression. How does that work? What is an interval? Right, so if you, like I said, date add is to add a date. Starting from a chosen date, add a date onto that. Now, this statement takes three arguments. These arguments, now, so when I say arguments, inputs, right? It takes three inputs. Now, these arguments are the interval. So what is the interval? What do I mean by interval here? The interval is the statement specifying whether you want your result returned in a specific form. How do you want your result returned? Do you want your result returned in days, in minutes, in weeks, in years, in seconds? That is the interval. So assuming I choose weeks, that means that it is going to return my results in weeks. Right, so having clarified interval, what is increment? Like I said, date add is taking a start date and adding a date onto it. So having now known what our interval is, what is the increment? How far do we want to go? How many, what is the addition that we are adding onto our start point? And the expression is our reference point. Okay, so let's see an example. Best to show this by example. So I say select date add. Select date add. Like I said, it takes three arguments. Let's, for the, it even gives you here, date add, interval, increment, expression. These are, see, it's immediately I entered date add, it has already given me the format in which this should be written. Interval, increment in integers. So the increment has to be a whole number. And expression, right? Expression. That is what it gives you. So what is the interval that we want? Let's assume, for the sake of, for simplicity's sake, let's assume we want the query to return the result in days. Now, we all know today's date, right? What is today's date? 13th of December 2024. So let's add in days. We are adding. How many days ahead should we add? Let's assume we want to add, this is 13th, right? Let's assume we want to add 12. And our reference point is get date. That is today, starting from today. Starting from today, we want to add 12 days from today, and we want the result returned to us in days. Right, so this is our statement. If we run this query here, what does that give us?
25th of December,
25th
which
of
is 12
December,
days.
which will be Christmas.
Yeah.
It gives us 25th of December, which will be Christmas. And so
Same
exactly
time.
12 days from this very minute, the time will be 9:31, 17 seconds, 83 milliseconds. That is what it is. Okay, so you can, as a matter of fact, write this in many different ways. You can write this expression here in very many different ways. And as you already know, the most important thing is getting the first statement. All you need to do is to just copy and paste and then make changes to it. Which is why SQL is so simple, it's so easy. So let's still keep the days, assuming we want to find the date. Let's say 1,000 days from now. We want to find the date. What date is it going to be? 1,000 days from now. Who can tell me off the top of your head? What date will that be? Would you know? Can you guess easily?
Yeah, wouldn't it be?
1,013 days.
Hmm?
Is it the actual date then?
Yeah, the actual date.
Would it be 13, 12 to 21, 24? I think.
You see, it's a bit tricky, isn't it? It's not that easy to get it. Oh, so but if we use this, if we just see, look at it, it's given us the date 9th of September 2027. 9th of September 2027. You get that?
I have a question, please.
Yes, please do.
Now, the results we are getting,
Mhm.
at least we've done 3 queries now, and the results are showing differently on the Canva, or what is it
Okay,
called?
you know that these are still active. 1, 2. They are still active. So anytime I run it, all of the
Yeah.
results for this. So this is the result for that. This is the result for that. And because
Yeah.
I am running all at the same time, the times are changing.
Oh,
So if I were to comment these out, and if I run this, it will just be one result we will get.
could you please show me how to do, I don't know the right word to use now, how to make them, how you were able to assemble the 3 together from the top now? Yes,
That's it.
from that side.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Just take
All
out the
right.
comments.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. Okay. So now let's assume that we want to, instead of days now, let's do this in, say, weeks, okay? Let's do this in weeks. Let's do it in weeks. So what do we do? What what do we change here? Who can tell us?
The day,
Day,
you put weeks.
day.
The day we change, that is the interval. Our interval now is changing from day to weeks. So really and truly, that is the only thing we want to change. If we want, that is the only thing we want to change here. Week. But do we really want to find 1,000 weeks? That would be some very long time away. Let's take a figure that we can relate to more, right? So let's assume that 2 weeks from now, we can easily guess that, can't we? 2 weeks from now, that's 14 days. Let's see whether we will get that. 14 days will be 27th, isn't it? Let's see whether that would work. Does that work? Look at the fourth one.
It's
27th of December, right? So in much the same way, if your manager, for example, tells you that give me we want to find an estimate of so and so in, let's say, 20 weeks time. All you do is to change this to 20 and run that and see. Now let me run a different query. 20 weeks. Should I comment the other ones out? Because we are having a cluster now of results. So as not to create more confusion. Right? I'm going to comment it out, okay? I'm going to comment the other ones out. So we just have one result, okay? If we execute this, that is what we have. So 20 weeks from today, 20 weeks from today, remember get date is today. 20 weeks from today, the date will be 2nd of May, 2025. The time will be 9:37, 24 seconds, 320 milliseconds. That is what we would have 20 weeks from now. Is that okay? In much the same way, we can do this in years. So all we do is to change our interval to years, to year. Okay, the interval is in year. Let's change this to, let's say, 3 years. Okay, and let's run it and see what we have. The second one gives us what? And you see that it is exactly the 13th of December, 2027. This is 2024. So 3 years from now, it will be 2027, wouldn't it? It will be 2027. So it really and truly, it doesn't fail. And let's also do minutes and see whether minutes would work. Minutes. And let's say, let's increase this a bit to how many minutes? 4,000 minutes. What will be the date? 4,000 minutes from today, from now. The date and time, 4,000 minutes from now. Can we do that? The third one, what does it tell us? Oh, that will be 16th of December, 2024.
Sorry, Godwin, quick one.
Yep.
You know the green part. How did you isolate that from the other queries?
Which one?
You know, if you look up, how did you isolate the green above?
Oh, I've commented it out. So you can either use these hyphens or you can select everything you want to comment and then just click on that. Can you see that?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
This is to comment. This is to uncomment. So if I select all of this,
Oh yeah, got it.
if I select everything here,
Yeah. Yeah, I got it.
okay,
But it's comment. What does that mean though? Comment out. Does that mean you want to take it
that means
out?
that means that when I run the query, these ones that have been commented out do not run. They don't produce a result.
Ah, okay.
So you would see that, for example, these are the only 3 active ones, which is why we have 3. If I want, I can also comment these out. And if I run it, I would only have 1 result. Oh no, I've not finished commenting. Let's see. Okay, so that's it. That's only 1 active query. All the other queries have been put to bed. Do you get that?
Yeah, all good. Thank you.
Yeah. So if I uncomment these ones, let me uncomment everything here and then we will see what happens. I'll uncomment and comment them back. If I execute everything at once, you see that I'll have multitude of results. Now, we don't want to overcrowd the page. Do you get? Which is why we sometimes comment. So when you comment out, those things that you have commented out do not run when you run the query. So it's like the system doesn't see those ones. Any questions? Let me comment them back. Let me comment them back. Have I commented everything? There's one more. Okay, so let's make progress. Let me see. I told you we are likely to have a visitor. Let me see if we have a visitor here. Okay, not yet. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. You get the drift now. The next thing we want to look at is date diff. And this is an interesting one too. Date diff. As the name implies, what do you what can you guess out of that?
Difference in date.
Difference in dates. Difference in dates. Beautiful. This one also takes 3 arguments. Three arguments. And these 3 arguments, like the first one, are interval. We all know what interval is. But this time we want the start date and the end date. Interval, start date, and end date. These are the arguments that it takes. So let's see how we can work with that. Let me comment this out. Select date diff. Date diff. Let's say day. Let's start with day just like we did the first time. We want our interval to be in days. Can somebody give me a date? Let's assume our end date is today. So can somebody give me a date in the past?
February the 14th, 2024.
Okay. February the
14th, Valentine's Day.
oh you got special affiliations to that, huh? February the 14th. February the 14th, 2024. And today. So that should give us in days how many days it would have been from 14th of February 2024 up to today in days. Let's see if that would give us what we want. And it has given us 303 days. Jack, so it's been 303 days since you took your girlfriend out. Or your wife, sorry.
Yeah, wife, yeah.
Right. So is that making sense now? Right. Let's see if we can do this in weeks. Just like the first one. All we do is change this to week. And when you run it, you will get 43 weeks. Yes, somebody has their hands raised.
Hi. I just wanted to ask for the format of the dates because I tried to do day, month, and year, and that didn't work.
Okay, so try this one. We will come to formats of dates towards the end.
Oh yeah, I've tried it. I just wanted to ask, like, do we have to stick to a certain
For now,
format?
stick to this format.
Okay.
Right. Any questions? Now, I want somebody to give me another date in the future, in the past, further down, further away from this date. Let's see, because I want us to calculate months. Let's change this.
May 23rd.
Pardon?
23rd of May.
Which year?
1974.
Okay. 1974. 1974, 23rd of May. Let's run this and see whether it's going to run. So it's 607 months since that time. 607 months since 23rd of May 1974 up to today. So you can clearly see that you can use this to calculate your age. The exact number of days you have spent in this world, you can use this to calculate. Everybody do it on your own. Day, date of birth, and get date to see how many days you have been in this world. I'm not going to ask you to tell me. Just calculate it so you know by yourself. Are we done with that?
So can you repeat again? So what was the ask?
Yeah, just calculate your age in days up to today.
That's a long time.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Your
very,
age
very
in
long.
days, your age in days up to today.
Yeah.
So let's take somebody, for example, who was born on 1st of January 1st of January 2000. If we have somebody born 1st of January 2000, we want to calculate that 1st of January 2000. First. Up to today, 1st of January 2000. Let me just run just this one alone. That is just 9,113 days. It's not much. Only been 2000. Since the year 2000, you've only been in this world for 9,000 days. That is too small. Isn't it? All right, so let's say somebody was born 19, what year is this? This is 2024. 1924. Let's look at 1924. 1924 up to today. 1924. Today is the 12th December 13th. How many days is that? 36,000 days. 36,525. Do you think that is a lot? 100 years and only 36,000 days. Oh my God. That is why there is a statement, life is short.
Mhm.
A lot of people born 100 years ago are dead. A lot. The great majority. But even if anybody was born 100 years ago, they would have only been in this world for 36,000 days. Only. 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 You can use this to calculate the ages of your children if you have children and let them play with it. It's quite fascinating, isn't it? Just call them, come and let's calculate your age and then play with them and see.
So
My
quick,
my thoughts exactly.
so quick one. On my
Yeah.
one is it says commands completed successfully when I tried to command out the top bit.
Yeah,
And then you
you're not doing something right. Okay, share your screen. Let me stop sharing. Share your
Sure.
screen.
Can you see it now?
Not sure. Yep, it's showing now. Expand it. I can hardly see what you are sharing.
1 second, I've got a big screen, so I need to put it to another other monitor. 1 second.
Okay.
Can you see it now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. It's run.
Do you know what's going wrong with this one?
Select date, div, dates, day, da 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 da. Scroll up. Let me see. Up. Okay, come down slowly. put the cursor behind the S in select. Let's see. Behind the S. And go one step back. Let me see the space there. Okay, there is no space. Put it back. Execute. Let's see. Yep.
Yeah, all good. All good. Thank you.
Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah, okay. Thank you. All good.
Cool. No worries. Right. So in much the same way you can calculate, like you probably have guessed by now, instead of days, you can do this also in years and months and weeks and all that sort of stuff. So if I want to calculate this in years, it's just a matter of me changing that to year. Yeah?
You're not sharing, please.
Oh, am I not? Oh, my bad. Where is my Zoom? My Zoom. Am I sharing? Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. So I've changed this to years now, and if I run this one, this should, as you probably know, should give us 100, shouldn't it? It should give us 100. If it gives us anything else, I will be properly... Oh, sorry. I didn't change this. So this is... This is of course it has, of course, it's 0 years. It's today's the year is 0. So this is 1924, December 13th. That should give us 100 years, and that's what we have there. Right? Any questions so far? Any questions? No question. Okay. Let me just do one final thing with this. 1900 instead of just 1924. And the reason why I have chosen 1900 is this is a significant year in SQL terms. In SQL terms, 1900 is a very significant year. I would explain that later. 124 years. So basically, it's about 124 years since that SQL dating goes back to. Right. Another thing we want to consider is date part. Date part. So that is number 4. Date part. Now this takes 2 arguments. 2 arguments. That is 2 inputs. And these are the interval and the date. Interval and date. Let's see how this works. Date part, date part. Where is it? Date part. Date part, date part. Date part. We want the day, the interval in days, and today. And that gives us what? 13. 13. Okay, let me leave the explanation of this for some time. I'll come back to it. If I want this in months, let's see what that will give us. So that the first one gives us 13, okay? What shall we have if we run this? Oops. I just want these two. 12. So do you notice any difference? The date part, you're asking the system to give you part of the date. The first one, you're asking the system to give you the day part of that date. So the day part of 13th of December 2024, you are telling the system, give me the day part of that date. That gives us what? The 13th. Now here you're asking the system to give you the month part of the date. 13th of December. The month is December. So it gives you 12. And as you can guess by now, we can also ask it to give us the year part of that date. And that gives us 2024. And we can ask it to give us the minute part of the date, the minute. But that is a bit funny though, because there will be many instances of that. But to get a good understanding of this particular query, you will need to run the get date and the minute. So let's see what happens with that. So if you look at the clocks on your computers, you would see that it is 10:04. True or false?
Yeah, true. That's true.
True. So it's giving you the minute part of the hour as we are in now of today. Right? It's giving you that bit. Which is why I said that to get a good understanding of this, you will need to, first of all, you will need to maybe use this in conjunction with, so that you see exactly what the date itself, the full date is. So if we run these two together, then you will see that the minute part of this date is 5. And that is the 5 here. And in much the same way, you can get the second part, the seconds. You can get the seconds. You can get the millisecond. You can get whatever it is that you want. If you know how to run your SQL query very well, you can get whatever you want from SQL. And you see that the second part is what? 17. And that is what you have here. The seconds is 17. That is what you have. The minutes part has risen to 6. That is what you have here. Any questions so far?
Not all good, but I've got to drop now. Got to literally put my little one to sleep.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Godwin. I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna catch up on the on other ones.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
No
Yeah.
worries. No worries.
Bye, everyone.
Okay, bye. Yeah. So let's make a little bit more progress. Date, name. And as you can probably guess, who can tell us what we'll get out of this? This one also requires 2 arguments. And these are the interval and the date. Interval and date. What is the name of today? Day get date. Date.
Friday.
Today is Friday, right?
Yes.
But this has given us 13. Is there a reason why it didn't give us Friday? Yes, there is a reason why it didn't give us Friday. Because it wants us to do something a little bit different. It wants us to tell the system that we are looking for the name of the weekday. That is what it wants us to do. Okay? And if we do let's see what will happen if we do month. December. And can anyone tell us what would happen if we were to do year? What do you think would happen? Do we have names for years?
Yeah. So for year,
Hmm?
for the year, no.
For the year, no. So it should just return the number.
The number.
Yeah. Any questions so far?
No.
No. Okay. So that basically brings us to an end of the basics of date handling. The basics of date handling. But let's see, let's make a little bit more progress. Now, for example, okay, let me rephrase. What is the first day of the week? Yeah? What's the first day of the week?
Well, some will say Sunday, some is Monday.
I like your response so much. I like your response so much. It is so true. It is so very, very true. Some would even tell you Friday. Right? So there has to be a standard of getting the day of the week. When you're using SQL, you have to set a standard. You have to tell the system which day it should start counting from as your first day of the week. Okay? So you have to intentionally tell the system. By default, it takes Monday as day one. Sunday as day 7. And so something like Tuesday will be day 2. Or Wednesday will be day 3, right? By default. This is default position. Right? Now, remember, she said some people say we'll take Sunday as the first day, others will take Monday. And I also added that some people could actually take Friday as the first day of the week. It depends on when you want to start your counting from. And some calendars are written based on their own perception of which day is the first day of the week. And that is why we have different calendars, like the Chinese calendar. Fortunately, we have a standardized calendar. I think the English Empire did very well in making sure that most of the world conformed to their own ideas. And so they've made us all to conform to their own way of numbering. But then there is also the Arabic way of numbering, which will take Friday as the first day of the week. Right? And also there is a Chinese, which is, I don't know what they take as their first day of the week. Right. So how do you tell the system which day of the week to take as the first day? Now you have to set, you use the word set, date first. date first. If you set date first to 1, this takes Monday as the first day of the week. Takes Monday as the first day of the week. So when you have set Monday as the first day of the week, if you want, for example, date part, right? Assuming, for example, that you want date part. You know, we've already done date part. And then you say you want a weekday. You're telling the system, so this is an example of explicit conversion, right? You're telling the system explicitly what you want it to do. And obviously, you know what it will tell us. It will tell us that today is Friday, don't you? You agree with me, right? So today is the 5th day of the week. When you write it this way, today is the 5th day of the week, counting Monday as day 1. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Today is the 5th day of the week. Right? If you set date first as day 7, that means you're counting from Sunday. And let's see what that will give us for today. You're counting from Sunday as the first day of the week. What does that give us? I believe we all know that the answer will be 6. So Sunday is our first day of the week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That gives us the 6th day of the week. And if we set Friday as the first day of the week, what will this give us? Friday is the first day of the week. So this will be what? Will it be 7 or 8? I'm not sure. So, okay. So this is the first day of the week, actually. So today is the first day of the week. It's Friday today. So it's the first day of the week. Yeah? And we can also use this to get the date name. It's Friday. Yep. And if we have this one, this should also give us Friday. I am sure this would also give us Friday. This would also give us Friday. Why? Because it is Friday, actually, even regardless of whether we take Monday as the first day of the week or Sunday as the first day of the week. The fact remains that today is Friday. Okay. Now, Damisola, is it Damisola or yes, Damisola? Damisola asked a question right from the beginning as to how to write the days of the when she wrote a date and then she was asking why was it not working?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So by default, let's see what happens. If we have get dates, select get dates. Let's see how this is expressed. So this is expressed in the format year, month, day, and time in hours, minutes, seconds, milliseconds. Okay. I'm not sure, did we do convert? Did we use convert when we were doing strings? Did we use convert when we did strings? Let me see.
I think so.
Do I have convert? Do I have it anywhere here? Convert. I'm not sure if I have. We use casts. Okay, so we've done that one. I'm not sure. I think we did convert at some point. Okay. Let's see. Let's use the word convert. So this is what we use. This is converting dates into different formats. Okay, we can use it to convert into different formats. select, convert, and then you have to specify what you want, the characters you want. Varchar will date ever be more than, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, let's assume I choose 30, for example. Varchar 30, get date. One, two, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's run this and see what we get. So we are asking the system to convert get dates into whatever form. Let's see what happened with the first one. Okay, let's run both. You would see that both would be this gives us that, and that gives us this. So this is December 13th, 2024. 2024, December 13th. 10:27. 10:27 p.m. Now, usually this is the default date position, isn't it? This is usually how a lot of people write dates, especially American version. Which is written as the month, day, year, hour, and minute. And minutes. But there is still a better way to write this. Or let me not say a better way. There is another way to write this. And that is actually specified. For example, this one, how should I explain this? This one doesn't give any specification. You just write, you just choose character, how many characters you want, and then get date, and you're asking it to convert. But it doesn't follow any specific standard. It doesn't follow any specific standard. But to follow a standard, you start writing your date from the figure 100. And this would give you the same thing as that above, which is also a default. So starting to write your date from this figure gives you a default date, a default format. This is the default format. So there's no difference between these two. Okay? But then we would start seeing differences if we write the dates differently. And the numbers increase from 100 up to 114. From 100 up to 114. You don't need to know all of these. You can practice with them to see whatever works for you. This here gives us the American format. The standard American format. This here is the commonly known format. I think how do we come? Okay, we'll see. This is this known as, is referred to as the common format. And this one gives us only time. This one gives us only time, but to a very high degree. High degree of accuracy. Whilst this one gives us only time to a lower degree of accuracy. Okay, let's run all of these and see what we would have, okay? Let's run all of these and see what we would have. Oops. Okay, so we can see the first one. The first two are actually the same thing. The first two would be the same. Then the third one, the 101, 101, 10, that's this one here. Americans would normally write the month, December 13th, 2024. Then the next one is the common format, 13th December 2024. No, this one, the common for 103. So this is this is plain, this is ordinary, like this one here. That's the ordinary one, this one. Then this is 101, 100, 101 American format. 102 gives us 24 dots to, you know, some people also put dots in between their the different sections of the date. So 2024.12.13. While this is slash 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 slash, okay? 108. 108. So this is 100, 101, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me just run this so we don't waste unnecessary time trying to think. This gives us that only time. This is just the time component of the date. So for example, now what is the time? 10:37. If you look on your clocks of your computer, you will see that it's 10:37 and it gives us up to 39 seconds at the time of running this query. Whereas if we run it with this one, if we run this other query, let me see if I can select both, whether it will work in this particular case. Oops, I don't think it would work. Okay. Let me select this one. So this 108 gives us only up to seconds. Let's see what this one will give us up to. Time up to 10, 38, 40 seconds, up to milliseconds. Time only, but up to milliseconds. Okay. Any questions so far?
No.
Any questions so far?
No.
No questions? Let me give you
No from me.
I have not given you an assignment before. So let me give you an assignment. Assignment. Show records from the deemed employee table where hire date is in the future. That is your assignment for Christmas. That's your Christmas present.
Thanks for
Okay.
the presents. Yeah.
Pardon?
I said thanks for the presents.
You're welcome. Okay, so that is question. Let me see if I can give you another question. Okay, question. So let me make this question one. Question 2. Find from the dim employee table the length of service employee table. The length of service of employees. This should be easy peasy. Of employees in days, weeks, months, and years. This should be easy peasy for you. Any questions?
No.
Cool. Did I add another one?
Yeah, that's fine.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're sure.
Okay. This one is a bit tricky though.
Hmm.
Question number 3. Find the name and length of service of the longest serving employee in the organization. That means Adventure Works, right? Find the name and length of service of the longest serving employee in the organization. Okay, I think these 3 should suffice. Should suffice for Christmas. Any questions?
No
None
question.
from me.
No questions. I like it when there are no questions. Let me uncomment those that I need to uncomment. Then I'll send it to you, Damisola.
Thanks.
Okay. If there are no questions, we can bring this lesson to a close.